They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Huskers will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So USC's offense going to get the chance to start this game off. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Bumper. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's the give off the left side. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff that becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. Coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Works the middle of the field. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast.
Oh, he's got some space. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. The coverage team maintains his discipline. Not much doing on that return. So Nebraska's offense will have its first possession of the game. They are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful. They wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Cornhuskers will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Finds the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Now on second down. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. It's complete on the right side. Crosses the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Makes the grab and not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Trojans come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Tries to get it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Powers through the defender. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes in the 39. And the Huskers will punt it away on fourth down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Finds his tight end. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They want to run it left here. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground into plus territory, and they get him out of bounds at the 41. And the Trojans just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got him. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The offense lining up for a first down play. to the air on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Trojans! Lining up to add another.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much there. They'll give him one to the 14. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He'll pull it on the read. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. If he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're kicking the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The Huskers decide to punt it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. One final play before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete as time has expired here in the first quarter. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a second down. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. It's complete to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Trojans come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught close to the marker, it's Wilkins. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we've got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? hard focus downfield, soft focus around it. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure, and he knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Back to pass. Looking for the goal line. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, USC. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. When you're called corn huskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play physical, be different. And that's what Nebraska fans want. Throw back to the old days, the glory days, and they want some of that here in this recent history.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Going to the running game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like we just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball.
Going for the big play. Got it inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
Yeah, and listen, find your matchups you like, and you can see you got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it, puts some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way into the end zone for 6.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got his man on the right. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. And the Trojans really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Off the boot, looking for his man. Unleashes one. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads it left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open.
Breaks into the open. He's
defense is being challenged, and the secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Looking for a crease to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes. It just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
It's complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Cornhuskers in a good spot here with second and short. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll leave it with him. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Huskers want to pick up the tempo. Wants to go up top on first down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Bringing the heat. Trying to get rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. To the air on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got his man, makes the grab. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Oh, they're after him. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Less than half minute to play here in the half. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Wants to fire on second down. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Leaves it with the running back. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They boot it away. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Looking to throw on 1st down. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
USC 28, Nebraska 7.
And the Trojans will boot it away to start the 2nd half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Turns it loose deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a form.
The Huskers will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He takes it at the 45. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Right on the money. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The Trojans want to move quickly. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. You got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this 2nd half.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. The Cornhuskers will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Fires downfield. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Well, he hauls that pass in. Big play for the offense. The Trojans have had such a history at this receiver position, right? You go back to Mike Williams, Keyshawn Johnson, Juju. and then Jordan Addison. There's always a playmaker on the perimeter of the field for the quarterback to take advantage of, and they've got to keep feeding this guy the football. He is dangerous.
And the Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Here comes the hurry up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires on the move. Got him downfield. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. The Trojans trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Quarterback now breaking the field. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Here's the handoff. Oh, better look out! May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. And the Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Gives it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Huskers will call on their punt team. Looks it in at the 40. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Give to the running back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Got out of trouble and throws. But it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had this...
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Off-play action on 1st down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
Firing to the right, complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
A strike downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
The Cornhuskers will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, USC! The defense putting points on the board.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
Got his man quickly. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead.
And your defense just came away with a huge scoop and score, so you try to capitalize on the momentum boost. You go for 2, and you get it. Nice job.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll go to the ground. Running into the open space. Turns on the Jets. He rumbles out to the 39-yard line before he's steered out of bounds.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
He's in open space downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They go to the ground. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
QB sneak. Picks up 1. That's a first down for the offense.
And the Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work.
Jackrabbit.
Here comes the option. Got enough space. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if you...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Husker.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
14.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense is... Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Hits him inside the 20, still going. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you could just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue.
Cannot get away. It is a huge sack. And I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got his man. Snowed under by the defense.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it has worked. This guy has carved them apart.
And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the 1 on 4th down. Little touch pass to the receiver. Will not be able to turn the corner. He was fighting for that yardage, and he is stopped short. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. Plucks it out of the air. Open space at the 25. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 30. Inside the touchdown, Nebraska. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the 4th quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
And they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got a man in the middle. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches. And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball. All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close...
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch, and listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to, and this offense is struggling, and you're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got it. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
The Trojans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Fired in from the red zone for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And with that latest touchdown, he's looking to etch his name alongside the Trojan Immortals at quarterback.
Yeah, and there's so many stars that have played quarterback at USC that when they get the ball and they do their damage, guess what? They win big-time trophies. And this guy, you have days like this week in and week out, you will be recognized as the best player in college football.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. To the ground with the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab, he's got a 1st down. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
Hey, man, that was just perfect execution offensively. On a fourth down like that, if you're going to throw a completion, get the first and keep the drive alive, QB's got to be great with his eyes. He's got to throw it on time. His target has to be in the perfect place at the perfect time, and you got to be able to haul it in. They checked all the boxes on that fourth down.
The give to the back. There he goes. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
A run for the quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Off the bootleg and rolling out. The short hands. It's Kane. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Huskers have moved it inside the 20. Running back searching for a hole. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win on to next week.
I mean, just have a day already. He's right on the cusp of 500 yards through the air.
And I know he did an outstanding job all week long in practice, watching film and taking every rep seriously and personally on the practice field building up to this one, because he's barely made any mistakes today.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. I don't think these two are going to be exchanging holiday greetings this year after this game.
No, and I tell you what, we've seen a lot of cool handshakes where you're getting fired up and coaches are getting after each other. We might get a little bit of that there. You could take a knee. You could run the clock out, but they chose not to, so deal with it.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the two-point try. He's looking to throw. He makes the grab in the end zone for the two-point conversion. I don't think it would have killed them to kick it there.
After they got that penalty, guys, I thought we'd see the kicker trot onto the field, but they left the offense out there. From the 8-yard line, they're still able to convert the two-point conversion.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negative.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Dances away to buy time. This time he's got his man. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship. And winning a national championship, maybe, going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's